Hello family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing good. As for me, I am doing fantastic. My name is Nati and I welcome you to Manchi Teaches You. I'm your assistant. You know how it is. So if we have any new people in the house, those who are joining us for the first time, those who are always joining us, guys, welcome. Take a seat wherever you want to sit. Feel free. If you have any questions, please go to my comment section and state it there. Trust me, I do read your comments, though I will not answer you there and there, but I do read your comments. And please, guys, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to save the video. On YouTube you can actually save it or download it, save to watch it later, or download it so you can just go back to it whenever you want to clarify something. So guys, please you can do that. Okay, so you guys already know that I assist people with assignment. So if you want me to assist you with assignment, it's only 150. If you want me to assist you with any subjects, it's only 200 per subject. And guys, I do CV revamps, 50 bucks, 50 rand. So if you want me to assist you with your CV, go to my comment section, state it there like, listen lady, I want you to help me with my CV. And I don't just do your CV, I also give you a cover letter. So your CV goes in hand with the cover letter. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, guys, Wednesday we deal with communication and information processing. Yes, communication, how to communicate. Yep. So guys, we are doing N5 communication for June 2022. So can I please have my N5 in front? Unfortunately, we do have communication and we have communication. Unfortunately, I don't know how to, so I can't assist those who are doing communication. It's in Afrikaans, so I'm very sorry. So I'll be assisting those who are doing communication. Okay, but don't worry guys, I'm learning Afrikaans, so very soon I'll be also assisting those who are doing communication. I'm learning, the girl is learning. Hey, so without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. Section A, organizational communication. I always tell you guys that communication and personnel management is more like pretend like you're in a workplace. Pretend like you're in a workplace. You will understand it nicely when you pretend like you're in a workplace. Don't act like a student when you're doing communication. Act like you're in a workplace. You're in a work environment. Okay, because it teaches us how to communicate. Especially in communication, it teaches us how to communicate, which channel to use. So yeah. So in question 1, they gave us a paragraph. They said, Mark Martin is the managing director of furniture company in Gauteng called Mark and Sons. Mr. Martin has a relationship with his employees in which there is a degree of trust because they participate in the decision making of the company and they are motivated. At the end of every month, Mr. Martin sends a memorandum to all employees informing them of the sales for that month. Mr. Martin also shares the marketing and promotion duties of the business with Ms. Portia, the company's public relations manager. Ms. Portia recently had a meeting with the human resource and financial managers to update them about the public relations campaign that the company embarked on about a month ago. The meeting took longer than expected, and as soon as it ended, Ms. Portia gave them a tired smile. Now, let's go to questions. 1.1 says, which type of management style does Mr. Martin have? Which type of management style does Mr. Martin have? The type of management style is democratic style. Democratic style. 1.2 says, give reason for the question. 1.1, the first reason is he consults with subordinates. The second one, he encourages staff to participate in discussions. Okay, then we go to 1.3. Give an example of internal communication from the case study. The example is the memorandum that was sent to all employees. That is an example. Then 1.4, give an example of external communication from the case study, which means we have internal communication and we have external communication. Internal communication is the communication that happens inside the organization. External is outside the organization. Okay, then external communication for the case study, the public relations campaign the company embarked on. Okay, then 1.5 says indicate whether the following statements are true or false by writing only true or false next to the question number 1.5.1 to 1.5.6 in the answer book. 1.5.1 says the two main aims of external communication were mentioned in the case study. The two main aims. Remember, you have to know the definition of aims before you can say is true or false. So if you know the definition of aims, it will assist you to know the main aims in the case study. So that answer there is true. 1.5.2, the case study reflects that horizontal communication takes place in Mark and Sons. We all know that in hierarchy we have horizontal communication, we have vertical communication. So you must know what is horizontal communication, what is vertical communication, which means you must master the hierarchy. You must know all the types of the hierarchy. So in this case study, it reflects that horizontal communication takes place in Mark and Sons. That's true. 1.5.3, in the case study, when Mr. Martin shares the marketing and promotion duties with Miss Portia, it can be described as the grapevine. As the grapevine. Here on 1.5.3, you must know the meaning of grapevine. Grapevine is another word of gossiping. It's another word of gossiping. And we all know that Mr. Martin didn't share this information that can be described as grapevine. He shared it with her face to face, and he was not gossiping. So the answer there is false. Then we go to 1.5.4. An example of vertical communication was not mentioned in the case study. Like I told you, you must know the difference between horizontal communication and vertical communication. So 1.5.4, the answer there is false. Then we go to 1.5.5. The relational function of internal communication is closely related to showing concern for the emotional needs of subordinates in order to ensure their welfare. The rational function of internal communication is closely related to showing concern for the emotional needs for subordinates in order to ensure their welfare. Then there on the 1.5.5, the answer there is true. Then we go to 1.5.6. One of the most important reasons for communicating in the workplace is to issue instructions on how and when to do tasks. How and when to do tasks. So the answer there is what? It's true. Guys, communication is very, very important, not in the workplace only, but even in our personal lives, in our friendship, in our relationship, whatever it may be. Communication is very, very important, guys. Then we go to 1.6. Identify examples of each of the following media from the case study. From the case study. Then we have 1.6.1 written communication. Written communication from the case study is memorandum. 1.6.2 oral communication is when Miss Portia or public relation managers meeting with the other managers, which means they did an oral communication. They didn't write it down, they were talking about it. And then number 1.6.3 non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. Miss Portia's tired smile. It's those non-verbal communicate, they do communicate a lot. So take note of non-verbal communication. So the answer there is Miss Portia's tired smile. Then we go to 1.6.4 interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication. So which means, guys, you have to know all these types of communication. We have interpersonal communication, we have non-verbal communication, we have oral communication, we have written communication, we have intrapersonal communication. So it's very, very important to know them and know how to differentiate them. Okay, so interpersonal communication is when Miss Portia or public relations managers meeting with other managers. That is interpersonal communication. Okay, then we go to 1.7 state the work ethics that are contravened in each of the following scenarios. 1.7.1 says the company dress code states that staff are not allowed to wear open sandals, jeans, or shorts to work. Okay, Elizabeth wants to support casual day as she feels the money goes to a worthy cause. So what is the work ethics day? Number 1.7.1 is obedience to the rules. Obedience to the rules. Then we go to 1.7.2. Again, I am left to unpack all the stock. While Vuyo is off attending a funeral, surely one day is enough, but he takes off a whole week. Laments Mike. The answer there is consideration for others. Consideration for others. Then we go to 1.7.3. John was called into the manager's office. The manager had received customer complaints about some of John's Facebook post, which described some clients as being irritating and whiny. The answer there is professionalism. Done with section A, which is 30 marks. Then we go to section B, which is formulations of aims, goals, and objectives in planning. Guys, you must know the definition of aims, you must know the definition of goals, and you must know the objectives. Not on workplace only, even in our personal life. It is very important to have aims, to have goals, and to have objectives. So it teaches more, let's say communication teaches more about workplace, but with that information, you can use it on your personal life. So let's go back to the question. It says 2.1. Differentiate between aims and objectives. Aims and objectives. What are aims? Aims are generalized long-term intentions which are neither specific nor subjected to a specific time frame. That is your aim. Then your objectives, refers to a specific intention to be achieved within a definite time frame, the success of which can be measured or evaluated. That is your answer on 2.1. Then 2.2 lists 5 time control techniques. 5 time control techniques. We have diaries, we have week and year planner, we have wall charts, we have desk pads, and we have delegation. Then 2.3, name 3 time wasters that Mr. Martin avoid. Number 1, personal interruptions. Number 2, unclear instructions. Number 3, lack of concentration. Number 1 is personal interruptions. Number 2, unclear instructions. Number 3, lack of concentration. Then let's go to 2.4. Define the term delegation. Delegation is the action of delegating a person or thing, the appointment of a person as a deputy or representative, or the entrusting of authority, responsibilities to another person or group. That is the term of what? Of delegation. Then we have explain their statement. Objectives should be SMART, which means you must know each full word per word per word per word. Ne? SMART. SMART, we have S for specific. State exactly what you need to be achieved. M for measurable. Is it possible to measure or evaluate whether the goal has been achieved? A for attainable. Is the objective realistic and achievable? R for relevant. Is the objective appropriate and important to your life or to the organization? Then T, traceable. Can progress be monitored? Can progress be monitored? Then we go to the total section is 20. Section B is 20, which means plus 30, it goes to 50. Then we go to section C, social and mass media communication and advertising. Question 3, choose a description from column B that matches a term in column A. Write only the letter A to G next to the question number 3.1.12, 3.1.7 in the answer book. So what I will do here, guys, I will just read in column A. I will not read everything here. I will just read only the answers. Okay. 3.1.1, it says inform. Informs goes with E, which is latest trends, tragedies in a community, happenings on the national or international front. That is inform. Then we have educate. Educate, it's G. It's a distance learning programs, documentaries, dramas, and interviews on early childhood, marriage, or body mutilation. Then we have entertain. Entertain, it's A. Crosswords, puzzles, comic strips, and movies. Then number 4, we have advertise. Advertise goes with C, making known the existence of products, goods, and services. Then number 5, we have render services. Render service goes with F, theater schedules, weather reports, information on TV programs. Then we have number 6, promote a culture. The answer there is B, screening and publishing material in various language. Number 7 is function as a moral watchdog. The answer there is D, investigate investigative reporting by journalists who uncovers wrongdoing and irregularities such as corruption and exploitation. That's your 3.1. Then let's go to 3.2. 3.2, list 4 techniques of manipulative reporting. 4 techniques we have: loading reports emotionally, 2, reporting selectively, 3, reporting out of context, 4, taking photographs for publication from certain angles. Then we go to 3.3. Name 2 presentation styles in which advertisement can be presented. We have humorous presentation style. We have negative presentation style. Then 3.4, identify the techniques of propaganda used in each of the following. 3.4.1, a statement or argument is taken as fact because an expert has claimed it is true. The answer there is appeal to authority. Appeal to authority. 3.4.2, all South Africans enjoy braai and rugby. Your answer there is generalizing. 3.4.3, during the run-up to selections, leaders of political parties resort to calling one another devils, snakes, or agents to gain votes. The answer there is name calling. Then 3.4.4, men never listen. That is stereotyping. Stereotyping. Then we go to 3.5, identify the elements of propaganda in each of the following. 3.5.1, a political icon such as Nelson Mandela is used in a message motivating for equality. Your answer there is ethos. Number 2, a newspaper article titled "Smoking is Unhealthy" contains facts to prove the claim. Your answer there is logos. Number 3, images of babies and children suffering in war-torn regions are used in appeals to end conflict or to donate money to help them. The answer there is pathos. 3.6, indicate the following statements are true or false by writing only true or false next to the question number in the answer book. 3.6.1, we have audio mass media is any media that relies on sound and visuals. That's false. 3.6.2, mass media is traditionally on one-way communication. That's true. 3.6.3, the formality of language used in advertisement depends on the target group. That's true. The hierarchy of needs theory was first developed by Jacobson. That's false. Number 5, a target group can be analyzed according to the hard sell and soft sell presentation styles. That is false. Then our total is 30. Total is 30. Then we go to multicultural communication in the business world. Question 4. In the business world, Puleng is a waitress at a local Greek restaurant. She has not been working there for a long time and feels intimidated by the owners. The restaurant is owned by the 3 brothers who constantly shout and scream in Greek, and most of the time Puleng cannot figure out if they're happy or not. One busy Friday night, Puleng was serving a group of tourists. She was so excited because she had heard that all tourists tip well. She made sure she took their orders properly and served their food on time. When she eventually presented the bill on them, they studied it with a great care. Moments later, there was an prayer at the table. Puleng could not understand what they were saying because they spoke their language. They waved at one of the managers to come over, and their conversation became more heated. Suddenly, one of the tourists shouted in broken English, "All Africans are corrupt." You are charging us extra just because we are tourists. On hearing that statement, Puleng was shocked and she raised her hand over her head as tears rolled down her cheeks. Seeing Puleng's unhappiness, another waitress explained to her that the tourists were not aware of the restaurant policy to add 15% to the bill when serving a large groups. Eventually, the group calmed down, laughter filled with air, and Puleng watched as the manager and Tori exchanged high fives. It seems the manager had explained the restaurant policy to them. The question now 4.1. Restaurant owners are part of subculture. Explain the subculture and name three other subcultures. A subculture is a group of people within a larger culture that differentiate itself from the large culture in some of its beliefs, values, and norms, which means its beliefs, values, and norms. Those are three other subcultures. Then 4.2, Puleng found it difficult to understand when the restaurant owners shouted and screamed in Greek. List three barriers that can rise in oral communication. We have pronunciation, we have volume, we have tempo. 4.3 says, quote two examples of stereotyping from the text. We have tourists tip well and South Africans are corrupt. 4.4 identify four instances where non-verbal communication was used in the text. 1. Puleng raised her hands over her head as tears rolled down to her cheeks. Laughter filled the air. Number 3, they exchanged high fives. Number 5, they waved at one of the managers to come over. Then we go to 4.5, give 4 guidelines to develop multicultural communication skills. Listening. Second one, conduct. The third one, correct attitude. The fourth one, attention to language. So that's your communication for today. That's a communication for today. If you don't understand or if you want me to assist you, please go to my comment section and state that, yeah, lady, listen, I don't understand, and I will be so much happy to assist you. So take care and see you next time. Bye.